Hey everybody, welcome back to another Dell and Tryzz. Today we're going to be trying to cook prime steak for the first time without using instructions. I've never cooked steak in my entire life, but I've seen some videos on it, so I'm going to try and do it. Here's my steak. First thing I did was get a cast iron pan and turn it up to pretty high heat because we want it to be very hot. And then pat your steak dry with a paper towel because you don't want a lot of moisture on it. Next thing I'm going to need is some butter. So we're just going to take this and probably a tablespoon of butter. If you have a bigger steak, you want to do 2 tablespoons, but just 1 should be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna add, I believe, yeah, I guess it's pretty high right now, so I think I'm just gonna put, it's melting pretty fast. Okay, so once the butter is starting to sizzle and basically melted, we're gonna lay our steak in. Okay, now you wanna lay your steak in the butter. I've never cooked a steak, I'm scared. And start to let it sizzle. We're gonna let it sit for about a minute and then flip it and do it again on each side. Okay, so we're just gonna let it, I'm gonna get a spoon real quick.
Why is the butter just sitting?
And we're going to take some of the butter and put it on top of our steak. Make sure, I'm not very good at this, but it's called basting. And you want to just scoop the butter and put it over top. I'm just going to spread it around kind of. There, now that butter is on top, as you can see, the steak is actually browning down there. So we're also going to add some rosemary on the sides and on top. Also, so you probably should have done this before you put it on the pan, but I forgot to, so I'm gonna do it now. So I gotta put salt and pepper on it. So, real quick, while it's still cooking, we're gonna leave it for a few more seconds and then flip it again. So, we're just gonna put some salt and pepper on it. Okay, this pepper thing is hard, so I'm gonna pause it and be right back. Okay, it has been simmering for a while now. I'm going to flip the steak real quick. We're just gonna a metal spatula.
What is on this? Oh, that was pretty.
Okay, it should be simmered for a little bit. Now we're gonna put it back on. Okay, yeah, that looks very interesting. Look, is that how you do it?
You didn't cook it on that side for long enough.
I'm gonna flip it again in a second. As you can see, it started browning. We're gonna flip it again for another minute on each side after we do it. My brother is also gonna cook his steak. Okay, now we get the salt and pepper, because I was supposed to do this before, but I didn't, so I'm gonna do it right now. So make sure you do it before you put it in the pan, because okay, so we just got these from Lowe's Foods. They aren't super high brand or anything. I don't know a lot about steaks either, so but I think this is how you cook a steak by the YouTube videos I watch. I'm not using any instructions. Just by watching YouTube, I'm just gonna guess how you cook it. It kind of smells like sausage. Imagine it was actually sausage and not steak this whole time. Now I'm just gonna let that simmer for another minute while I wait. And then we're gonna flip it again and try and get a nice sear on the steak. We're gonna taste it after, and I'll tell you guys how it came out. I don't even think, we don't eat meat very much, so I don't even think I've never cooked a steak. And I rarely eat steak because I've always thought it was kind of like chewy, so I didn't oh, more butter, yay. I always thought it was kind of chewy, so I never really enjoyed it when I was little. But I'm gonna try it again to see how it tastes. And this one's completely homemade. Don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I do want to say while this is simmering that I want to try and get my YouTube channel to 50 subscribers by next year, probably. 50 subscribers next year. It would be awesome if I got 100 subscribers by next year, but our goal is 50 right now. So I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit more and give it a few more seconds, and we'll flip it back over. Okay, so on this lighting, it looks really nasty. But I'm gonna flip it. I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna flip it and see how the sear is.
Dylan,
that was a bad idea.
That shirt's ruined.
I don't care. Okay. Wow, it does not look very appetizing. We're gonna let this side sit for another minute or two, and we're gonna let it brown on both sides. And I'll come back to you when we flip it again. Okay, so I forgot to say that you can add garlic. I was technically supposed to add garlic, I think. I don't know. I'm not following any instructions. I'm just doing it how I've seen YouTube videos. And the YouTube videos weren't even tutorials. They were just people making a steak. And I'm just following how I've seen them do it. So hopefully this turns out pretty good. I think it needs to cook a while longer because I don't want it rare. I would be okay with like medium rare, like pink in the middle, but I don't want it rare, so we gotta wait. It's definitely sizzling. But hopefully this turns out well. You're right, it really does look nasty on this camera. It looks a lot browner, like.
It looks yellow on the camera.
It looks yellow, yeah, on the camera. But in real life, it definitely looks brownish.
Maybe.
So a little bit better. It's that light. It's not this light. It's still yellow. It looks a little bit. I don't know. It's not yellow. It looks pretty. Whoa.
You don't want to burn your butter.
Okay. I'm gonna probably look at the sear, and I'll come back to you when I flip it again. Okay, so it's pretty well done. I think I'm gonna turn the burner off now, and it looks pretty good. It's firm, so I think it's ready. The butter's kind of caramelizing as well, so looks like a pretty decent steak, honestly. I'm gonna move it over to a plate and let it rest for a few minutes. Is that good?
Bring your plate over here.
I'm moving it over there. I'm just gonna go.
It's gonna drip.
I'm going. Okay, I made it. Honestly, if I got that at a restaurant, I wouldn't be too upset. I mean, it looks kind of like a Golden Corral steak, but I mean, it does. But that looks pretty good. I'm also gonna have like mac and cheese with it and stuff, but honestly, looks pretty good. I'm gonna get back to you guys after it rests for a second and I try it. Okay, so my brother's steak is cooking. I think he's going to do better than me because he used my butter and rosemary, and he's gonna add more butter and then baste it. But he added salt and pepper before he put it on, which I was supposed to do. How long have you set it for?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. And he's gonna let it sit for 2 minutes on that side. Patted it dry as well. And he's probably gonna add garlic, unlike me. So his might taste better, but mine's done. So I can't wait to try mine, but it's gotta let it sit for a little bit longer. So that is my meal, lunch for today. A beautiful steak with Kraft mac and cheese and some Cheetos. Look at that beautiful 5-star meal. But I'm gonna try it now, and because I think it's let it sit for a little longer. Let's dig in. Okay, so let's dig in. I think it's been, okay, it smells kind of like sausage still. We're gonna cut it the fancy way.
That's not even a steak knife.
No, it's not.
That's like a smooth knife. It's something serrated.
Oh, it's well done. It's well done.
Oh, jeez. How do you know they can even see you?
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna have my brother hold my camera.
Okay, just go.
Hold it.
Oh, that was my finger. Okay.
We're just gonna bite into it.
Caveman style. Okay, what do you think?
Salty.
Salty? Salted butter. Oh, yeah, salted butter. That makes sense.
Well done, but tastes really good. Yeah, tastes really good. So I think I did a pretty good job. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Try and get this video to 10 likes. Bye. You stop.